Hi Taurus, welcome and welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. We're talking about April. Can you believe it? I cannot. Like I said, I will say that every month. I'm just so surprised how fast it's going. So I hope March treated you well, is treating you well. What else? Happy birthday to you, April Tauruses, or happy early birthday. I'll say it again in the mid-month readings, but just a quick shout out to you, April Taurus people. So let me get my words together. We're using the Black Tarot today. Absolutely obsessed with this deck. It's interesting because I actually was planning on using a different deck, but I had to pick this one up to kind of move it out of the way to get to the other one. And as soon as I picked this up, it was like immediately I felt connected in my heart space. Like it was just like, boom. So I was like, okay, you're the one. Let's do this. I think that's just what's so cool about this deck in particular. I don't know. I definitely feel that more. And I always have. So anyway, my little love story with the Black Tarot. So we do a 4-card spread. The first position is the current energy. To the left of that is any potential blocks. Underneath is advice for clearing the block. And then the last card is like the energy that you're going into, what's coming up next. I don't shuffle reversals into the deck, but if the card falls out in the reverse, we'll take it that way. The cards do actually need to fall out of the deck. If they flip in the deck, we'll just flip them over and keep it moving. And my intention is for 1 card to come out at a time, but if 2 come out together, we'll take 2, any more than 2, we'll put it back. So we just want the message to be super clear. And I think that's it, right? I always feel like I'm forgetting. I always feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. I don't think so. So what is the current energy for Taurus? April 2022, April. We have the 10 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Interesting. And the 3 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 4 of Cups, Ace of Swords. Okay. Interesting. So let me just see if I can kind of get everybody in here. So the 10 of Wands. Wands talk about action, communication. It represents the fire signs also. This could have to do with like your motivation. Kind of the things that you were actively kind of putting your energy into. When we get to the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Wands talks about burden. I also see it as the knowledge and experience that you've kind of gained along the way, like starting at the Ace of Wands, because that's, I mean, you're carrying all of the wands that you've kind of picked up along the way. So, you know, it's experience, it's knowledge, it's wisdom, right? However, that can feel like a burden. We kind of have this figure down here that looks like they're carrying a bunch of stones. You know, there's still movement when it comes to the 10 of Wands, right? Like, I mean, it's generally like you're picking up your wands and you're moving on. Like, so, and also when we get to the 10, that is the completion of the cycle. So then we go to the Ace of Wands. So this is, you know, almost kind of like gaining all of the knowledge or experience that you're going to, or even that you need maybe out of this situation. And again, like I said, this could just be your motivation. Like, you know, maybe just kind of feeling like, you know, you have been focusing a lot of energy into something, and it could be one of those situations where, you know, kind of unexpected things kind of keep coming up, or something along those lines. And then we have the Page of Cups. Cups talk about our emotions. It's, you know, represented by the water signs. So this is, you know, kind of how you're feeling. And, you know, when we get to the pages, the page talks about, you know, the pages are kind of the younger energies. It's, you know, like adolescence. It's, you know, this could be inner child work. This could just be like, you know, kind of having a playful attitude about the situation. I mean, it could be both. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be just one or the other. There could be some sort of inner child work going on here where, you know, whatever this Ten of Wands energy is, maybe it's kind of drudging up some old stuff for you, or just, you know, you're kind of recognizing how it's connected to your inner child. And maybe, you know, like some unresolved emotions around that type of situation, or that type of feeling, like the feeling of being burdened, or the feeling of, you know, maybe things not working out the way you would like them to, or that you even think that they should work out, that type of thing. The pages are also, you know, kind of messengers. So it could even just be some sort of message having to do with how you're feeling the situation. There could be a message coming into you. There could be a message that you're sending out to somebody else. And then we have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And this to me just, you know, it kind of feels a little bit heavier. The swords deal with our thoughts and our intellect. It's a lot of ego too, because that's where ego lives, right? And, you know, a lot of this inner child stuff are the things that develop our ego and our identities and personalities, right? So again, I mean, this could just be an invitation to even maybe explore your inner child a little bit and see if there's any type of reframing or compassion and grace that you can give yourself, right? So, you know, the swords are air signs. When we talk about the Three of Swords, oh, it's my dog, sorry, if you can hear him. If you have a pug, you get it. Huh. So when we talk about the Three of Swords, I mean, you can just kind of see that this sword is just kind of cutting somebody right in half, right? And it's again, you know, it's the way that we perceive our reality. So this has a lot to do with, like, you know, rejection and heartbreak, but, you know, how that heartbreak lives in our minds, like how we interpret that based on our inner child wounding, right? So this is, you know, rejection, disappointment, frustration, all of those things. And then we have the Ace of Cups behind that. So it's like, you know, the the Ace of Cups is what the Page of Cups, it's the message that the Page of Cups is bringing, right? Or the energy that the Page of Cups is focusing on, that, you know, burst of emotion and feeling like your cup is full and even, you know, overflowing, and all of the, you know, kind of good feelings, right? So this is like right behind this disappointment, right? So, I mean, this could just be like how you have been feeling lately, or even how, was there a card that was flipped over? Or there it goes, the World. Ha! That's interesting. I didn't even realize this flipped over. We'll see if it comes out. It almost kind of felt like, it seriously felt like that was saying, like, just the World card, that literally, like, whatever this is that you have been feeling, it's coming to an end. You know, the World is the actual end of a cycle. Like, that's it. You've gone through the whole journey from Fool to Judgment, right? When you get to the World card, that's it. And you're back to kind of being more in the Fool energy. That was kind of cool, actually, how that, I appreciate that little side message. So what is the block for Taurus? That is too many. What is a block for Taurus? What is a block? We're going to take that. Speaking of the Fool. Oh, what am I doing here? So we have the Fool card, and the reason why I took that was because it was the only card that was not flipped over out of that little spillage that was going on there. So, like I said, with the Fool card, and I feel like it was kind of a message, because I was just talking about when we get to the World, right? Then we go back into the Fool energy. And with this being in the blocked position, this could be, you know, just even, you know, this resistance against being in the energy of the Fool, which is surrender, really what it is, what the Fool comes down to. Because, you know, the Fool is the place where you make the decision to take the leap of faith. So, you know, and at that point, you are literally trusting that there's going to be a net to catch you when you take that leap. And there always is a net, always. So, you know, again, like there could be this resistance against, you know, kind of being in that energy about even learning something new. We have the Four of Wands underneath that, the Four of Wands. Again, with the Wands talking about action, communication. When we get to the Four of Wands, it talks about stability and foundation. There's, you know, a harmony and union that comes along with that. And even, you know, in this depiction, it looks like there's a staircase and this light here. So, you know, you may be feeling like, you know, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. or that, you know, it's further away than you even maybe think that it should be, or that even, you know, like if you take a step, it like moves a step forward. This could even just be something that maybe you are quote unquote lacking, like some sort of, you know, stability, or feel like you don't have the stability. Or it could just be, you know, like that's what you are working towards, is having the stability and like having a firm foundation under you. And, you know, like maybe you're still kind of feeling like you're on this really thin, really skinny stick, you know, balancing at the top. We have the Five of Pentacles behind that. And, you know, Pentacles, again, this is your energy, right? And speaking of lack, I mean, this is kind of part of the reason why I was even mentioning lack in the Four of Wands, because when we get to the Five, first of all, the Fives are, you know, kind of transitionary. And that's why, you know, it deals with change. And that's why they're a bit uncomfortable. But the lesson with the Fives is to understand that they are temporary. And it's an energy to allow yourself to continue to move through, but not get stuck in, right? So, you know, when we're talking about the Five of Pentacles, like, you know, you could have a concern about money. You could be concerned about kind of how much money you are outputting for whatever this thing is. You know, that could be part of your concern with stability, is that, you know, you want the thing to be able to be monetized, right? Like you want to be able to, you know, kind of have stability as far as income goes. And you could just be worried that, you know, maybe that won't come to fruition for whatever reason. We have the Chariot. And then the Seven of Spheres. I kind of feel like this is kind of getting into more advice. So we might just see if these cards come out in the advice. But, you know, the Chariot talks about kind of fast moving. This is almost, you know, kind of being guided by the universe or God, or, you know, whichever, if you relate to a higher power. But this is, you know, kind of the energy that I mean with this Five of Pentacles. It's like, you know, just allow yourself to kind of move through it. Like, of course, you know, like, I'm not saying to not be concerned about your finances or money or whatever. I mean, of course, but it's like, try not, let me rephrase that. Try not to allow that fear to be the motivation, because, it's almost kind of like, you know, you get lost in the process, or you lose the process by being in this, you know, kind of fear state of mind. And believe me, I 100% understand that. That's exactly why I'm saying it, because, and I'm not saying that I don't ever do it, because I most certainly do. We need money to survive, right? In this dimension, for whatever reason, we decided that we needed to make money to survive, right? Just to be able to habitate on this planet. And so I get that 100%. But, you know, it's kind of like one of those things, you know, like, money is energy, right? So, you know, when you focus on the things that kind of light you up, right? And like really kind of put a fire under your ass, whatever that is, you know, whether that's writing or some sort of art or teaching or coaching or, you know, whatever, typing, whatever it is, right? That, you know, when you focus on that, the thing that lights you up, then, you know, it creates this, this energy, this vibe around you, this vibration, even if you want to go there, where it attracts money. So, you know, like just, again, you know, let the focus be, or let the motivation be, you know, the things that you have fun doing, the things that you enjoy doing, and practice that. And, you know, like, as much as you want to, right? And just know that, you know, like the money, the resources will show up for you, right? So for the advice, we have the moon. I believe this is Pisces or Cancer, or it could just depend on who you ask or talk to. But it's definitely water. I mean, the moon controls our tides, right? So like, it's kind of like this energy that I'm getting again, even like, it seems like the whole message here is this invitation to kind of be in the flow. Like, you know, like, have you ever been in a lazy river at like a water park? Like just get in a tube and allow yourself to be kind of, you know, like just taken around in this lazy river, instead of like being a plug in a dam or whatever. Like, you know, just like I said, it's just this energy is just kind of this invitation to kind of go with the flow. But the moon, like I said, you know, the moon, it does control our tides. So to say that it doesn't control our bodies and our moods and everything like that, you know, like when we're 75% water, I believe, as human beings, right? So again, you know, like just maybe even looking into the phases of the moon. You might already do that anyway. We just had a full moon, right? And I believe there's a new moon on April 1st. Is that right? The new moon in Aries. So like that could have some sort of significance, or just be a really great opportunity to set new intentions. The moon also talks about, you know, the subconscious. Again, even right with the inner child stuff, because that's where a lot of our inner child stuff lives, is in our subconscious. So again, even going back to this kind of going deeper, even with your inner child work. It talks about, you know, kind of the things that haven't even been brought to your awareness yet. So there's this trust that kind of needs to happen. Like I was saying, even with the Fool card, right? That whatever you need will be brought to your awareness for you to respond to, or it'll be dropped into your consciousness when the time is right. We have the Five of Cups here, and the Five of Cups, it does talk about like loss and a little bit of depression. But there's, you know, with this being in the advice, I mean, of course the advice would not be depressed. if that is what you are experiencing, you know, again, it's like this invitation to kind of flow through it. Like, you know, again, just that visual of being in a lazy river and, you know, kind of flowing through it versus being a plug and, you know, like just kind of stopping everything from moving forward. This is, to me, like, it's like this invitation to, and I always say it's an invitation because of course you have free will, right? Like you can decide to do whatever the hell you want to do. But, you know, because it's usually like the Five of Cups talks about focusing on the 3 cups that have already spilled when there's still 2 cups that are full. Like even, you know, we have these 2 upright and the 3 that are upside down. So, you know, even maybe just kind of shifting your focus to the 2 cups that are still full, whatever those 2 cups are, you know, I mean, it could be that, Netflix dropped, you know, like the next season of something and you're just going to binge it all day, you know, like it could be that, you got some really good chocolate chip cookies from Whole Foods and you're just going to eat, you know, like you're just going to enjoy those, like whatever, whatever, you know, kind of fills your cup, right? Or whatever is in those 2 cups that are already full. So it's just this invitation to, you know, the other 3 cups are already spilled. It's done. So what's in these other 2 cups? Do they stay or do they go? Because there's nothing to say that you even have to interact with or deal with those things, right? Like, what's that, of course I'm going to forget her name, but does it bring you joy? Does it make you feel good or not? If it does, it stays. If it does not, it goes, right? And then we have the Ace of Wands and look who's back. The 4 of Wands. The Knight of Spheres, the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Cups. Like, okay. Yeah, we're talking about it. Just get this together here. So, Ace of Wands. This is the spark, right? This is that that passion, that rejuvenation for whatever you're doing. And again, even like the Fool, right? Because right behind the 3 of Swords, or was that over here? I think that was over here. But like right behind the 3 of Swords was the Ace of Cups, right? And then right behind the 5 of Cups is the Ace of Wands. So it's like, you know, whatever you're doing, let me just kind of say that, like, whatever you have been doing, whatever you've been kind of focusing your energy on, if you have been frustrated, if you have been maybe not seeing the results that you thought, like, it's like literally right on the cusp. And I know, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how, like, I know this feeling because it's like, okay, but like what corner is it behind? Because it seems like, you know, every time I turn a corner, it's not there. I feel like I turn another corner and it's not there, you know, so it's like, how many corners do I have to turn in order for this, you know, like Ace of Wands or Ace of Cups to show up, right? And I swear it's coming, right? Like, just, it's like, you know, this thing of like, just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep trying even. It could even maybe open up or present something else, like, you know, some other I don't know, like avenue or craft or job or whatever that, you know, like it's just, you keep an open mind is kind of just what I'm saying. And then we have the Four of Wands, right? This is that stability. This is that foundation. This is, you know, this, now you are like getting closer to the light at the end of the tunnel or the light at the top of the stairs. And it may be a bit slow moving. We have the Knight of Spheres underneath here. You know, I mean, the Pentacles are your energy, right? So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving because, you know, the Pentacles talk about our physical 3D world, and time in the physical 3D is slow. Like, it takes time for investments to mature. It takes time for, you know, like for you to climb the ladder. If this has to do with a job, you know, like it takes time to build on and practice a craft if that's what you're doing. Right. So, you know, it takes time, but it's also, you know, this discipline and this dedication to continue to try. And, you know, when you get to the Knight of Spears, like you do start seeing the fruits of your labor starting to pay off, even if it is slow. It's the evidence is still there. And then we have the Knight of Wands. You know, the Knight of Wands is very playful, a bit impulsive, a bit impatient, but, you know, like it's like you're going for it though, you know. Maybe even finding a little bit of a playful energy or a playful mindset in the way that you are approaching the thing that you're doing. Then we have the Ten of Cups behind there. So there is this happiness, because the Ten of Cups is basically one of the minor arcana cards to the sun. So this is, you know, all of your cups are full and you're able to, you know, kind of share that with other people. So that could be, you know, sharing it with your family or your community, or right. But like, you feel good about what you're doing and how you're showing up in your world or your community or your family, right? Beautiful. What's next for Taurus? What's next for Taurus? We have the Two of Wands in the reverse and the Four of Cups. Seven of Cups, strength. So, hello. The Two of Cups, or excuse me, the Two of Wands in the reverse. This to me has this feeling of, because I'm just kind of looking at this figure, and this to me has this feeling of like this recommitment to whatever you're doing. Again, I mean, like I said, you know, it's different for everybody. I mean, this could even be, you know, it could have to do with your relationship. It could have to do, you know, whether that's platonic or romantic. It could have to do with your job. It could have to do with something that you are trying to build. It could be, you know, like a business venture that you're trying to do, right? So, I mean, it really is just kind of whatever your situation is. But if the Two of Wands was upright, this person would be looking, and they don't really have heads. But, you know, body language wise, you know, like they're looking to the future. You know, the Two of Wands talks about, and we just saw the Ace of Wands, right? So when we get that Ace of Wands, it's this, you know, like this spark, this passion, this, you know, like something exciting that you want to start acting towards, like you physically start kind of moving towards the thing, right? So then we move to the Two of Wands, and it's like, okay, how do I, like, you know, kind of planning, how do I make this happen? What do I want this? How do I want to manifest this into reality, right? So, and then when we get to the Three of Wands, then it starts talking about like you actually start moving in that direction, right? You like actually get on the path, you're moving. So, like I said, you know, this person looks to be, if it were upright, they're looking to the past, but since it's in the reverse, their focus is back to where we started, right? So, like I said, you know, I'm getting this feeling of this like recommitment. It could even be kind of reworking the way that you are approaching the thing. Like, again, right? Like I was just saying, you know, it's analyzing how you're going to manifest what you want to do into the physical world, into Pentacles, right? So, again, you know, I mean, you could just be reworking how, you could even be re-examining how you're approaching it, maybe asking for help, maybe trying it a little bit differently, maybe whatever it is, right? We have the Four of Cups behind there, which again, even talks about examining, you know, kind of feelings. And there's almost like, you know, there's, there could be, you know, even like I was saying with the moon, there could be something that's kind of brought to your awareness out of the blue, that either changes the way that you're feeling about it, or because the traditional depiction of the Four of Cups is, you know, the person is like sitting under a tree. There's three, again, with the three cups that have kind of, you know, like been spilt or emptied out. And then there's this hand coming out of the sky that's offering this one cup, but the figure isn't, it's like, you know, instead of, you know, kind of keeping their head up and looking around and, oh, I'm just like, the word left my head, but instead, like they're focused on the three cups that are spilt instead of looking for other opportunities. So again, you know, I mean, there could be some sort of opportunity that kind of comes out of nowhere. So it's again, like kind of keeping an open mind, and allowing the help almost. There's the Seven of Cups behind that. And the Seven of Cups literally talks about having options. So again, like even like I was saying, this energy of, you know, kind of trying things differently. Seven of Cups, you know, options, daydreaming, that type of thing. We have the Strength card behind there, which talks about, you know, kind of having the inner like resilience, right? Like it's having that determination, like I was saying somewhere, the determination to recommit to this thing, like really, you know, like if it is, of course, like if it is something that you want to do, like, you know, that's up to you too. Like nobody is saying that you should, or even that you have to. But if you're on the fence, or if you're just kind of in this energy of like, I don't know if I should continue to put my energy into this thing, then this is saying that if you decided to recommit, there is this, there is success there. You know, I mean, we saw the 10 of Cups, you know, we saw the Ace of Cups, we saw the Ace of Wands, right? I mean, like, there is satisfaction and contentment right behind the curtain almost, right? Like, so again, you know, like, take it how it resonates. If it is something that you've lost passion for, right? I mean, like, this could even be like I was even kind of saying somewhere in here that there could be even an opportunity to pivot or branch off of what you're doing into a different direction, but it's because of the knowledge and the experience that you've gained through what you have been putting your energy into, that you could and would even maybe want to branch off into a different direction. Beautiful. But again, you know, I mean, there is just this, you know, kind of energy of flow and recommitment, and best of luck to you with that. And of course, let me know if or how this resonates for you in the comments. I would love to hear it. And I am going to leave it there. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.